Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Tucker once again. Right, first things first, just out the shower, okay? Second of all, this is going to be another collection update. Now, this is going to be quite weird because it was my birthday during the week there, and I got a few games along with it, you know? But I'm still in that sort of era where I'm trying to get all my coursework and exams out of the way, so I haven't actually had much time to play them at all, really. At least enough to give you a proper opinion. So I'm really just going to be showing them off. Also, at the end of this video, there's going to be a jump cut because I'm still waiting for a few games in the post actually, but I wanted to get this part out the way right now. So yeah, that's that. So let's get into this, shall we? Now, first things first. Let's see, where are we? Okay, I went to good old GeForce in Glasgow, and I got a 3 for £20 deal, okay? And here's the games I got. First of all, Disaster Day of Crisis. Now, this was actually one of the very first Wii games they announced, way back in E3 2006. I remember it quite clearly. I thought it looked really interesting. But it's only just came out this year, and it's not even been released in America, to my knowledge. And from what I've heard, it's not that great, so yeah, it looks like Nintendo got kind of lazy with it or something. I still want to give it a try. I'll still be, giving it a shot, because I still think it looks quite interesting. I'm not expecting anything great, but it'll probably be a good experience, so yeah. Alright, second one I got for the 3 for 20 was Risen. Now, I got this because, it's 360 exclusive, and I use that term loosely because, it's PC and Xbox multi-plat sort of thing. But to me, that's pretty much a 360 exclusive, right? That's just me. And but apparently, before I bought this, I read up. Well, after I bought it, rather, I read up reviews, and apparently this 360 version is horrible in comparison to the PC version, which isn't uncommon, but by a large measure. So, yeah. But anyway, I'll pop it in and give it a go, whatnot. So we'll see, I suppose. Alright. Next, we've got Fable 2. Now, I've said a lot in the past that I'm not a fan of Western RPGs. I would like to rephrase that. I do like Western RPGs, I like Mass Effect, and I'm wanting to try out Dragon Age Origins, which is another BioWare game. And I've always wanted to try out the Fable series. I've never played a Fable game before. To be honest, it's Bethesda's RPGs I don't like, right? Think what you will on that, but I don't know. I've sort of gave my opinions on Fallout before in other videos, so, but yeah. But overall, I sort of take back what I said about Western RPGs. I was pretty harsh on them, and I am looking forward to giving this a go once I have the chance. Alright, next game is something I got out of GeForce, and by golly, I could not believe my eyes when I saw this for $9.99. This goes for like 40 quid on eBay. And it is going to complete my collection. This is, I don't know why I'm showing this here, I should save this for last actually, but it's the monument of this collection video. A boxed version of Phantasy Star. Yeah, I had the original cartridge before, which was in horrible condition. I got that like a few years ago, but they were selling it boxed. Does it have instructions? Of course it doesn't, and I just dropped the cartridge. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go on eBay at some point and, just try and buy the instructions separately. Because I've got the instructions for Phantasy Star 2 to 4, so I'll be buggered if I'm having a partially incomplete collection. But either way, I got the box. It was well worth the money in my opinion, because you all know how much I love this series, and it feels great to finally have them all boxed. So, yeah, incredible. Right. Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice, is that what it's called? Yeah. I've known about this series for a long time. I've got Prinny Can I Really Be a Hero for the PSP, which is kind of a spin-off of this series. And I really like the charm of that game, the humour and the voice acting. It's all really hilarious. And it passes on to the main series of RPGs. Yeah. So, I've always, like I said, I've always wanted to give it a try. From what I've heard, you can go right to 3 and not bother about Disgaea 1 and 2. But if I like this, I'll go to those obviously. And you also notice this is actually the American version, because the guy I bought it off from eBay was apparently selling it. No big deal, but I kind of would have preferred the PAL version, because it's going to play on my PS3 regardless. But, yeah, looking forward to giving that a try. It's sure to be pretty funny. Alright, Atelier Rorona, Alchemist of Ireland. I have a lot to say about this one, right? At first I bought it because it's a PS3 exclusive. And you guys know I'm always interested in exclusives, you know. I'm always interested to see what a console has to represent itself, so to speak. And at first I remember it getting pretty good reviews, you know. It's sort of like in the 7s, but then sadly it sort of got worse, and now I think it's like a 60-something on Metacritic. But I still thought, I'll just still give it a try. And I've got one other Atelier game, which is Atelier Iris 2 for the PS2. And the thing about me in that game is that I played it like non-stop for a weekend. I was addicted to it. Then I got bored and I never bet it. The same thing happened with this. I got really, really into it. And I'm halfway through the game, and I know that because it has this deadline system. The game actually takes place over 3 years, and I'm a year and a half in. And I'm not really that compelled to beat it. But overall, I really like this game. Here's my advice, by the way, if you're interested in picking this game up, right? Don't go into it expecting a Japanese RPG, because you're not going to get it. It's more like a slice of life sort of storyline, you know, there isn't even any boss fights or sort of a linear ongoing story. It's all about this girl here trying to keep her shop open, and she has to do these assessments over the next 3 years. It's actually more like Animal Crossing than Final Fantasy, you know, and, you know, like, you know, Animal Crossing, Viva Pinata, you know, sort of like slice of life games like that. Whether or not you get into it all depends whether or not you can get into the sort of repetitive nature on it. And for this, it's like doing alchemy and doing loads of side quests and you know, just progressing through the game that way. And I did get addicted to it for a little while, but I didn't really want to see it to the end. You know, I got into other games right now, so I don't think I'm going to go back to this. But overall, I do recommend this. At least give it a try. It's not bad, it really isn't. So, yeah. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Right, lastly, we've got some Wii games here. Sonic Colors. I did a review on this actually, so I'm not going to say much here. I'm just showing it in the collection video, just legitly. For those of you that haven't seen that review, I still stand by my claim that this is the best Sonic game since the days of the Dreamcast. You know, I love it to death. Good job, Sega. Next we got a GoldenEye 007. I was pretty cynical about this game at first, you know, because I don't know, it just felt like they were kind of using the name GoldenEye to sell games or whatever, and it looks like they were just going to Call of Duty-ize it, you know, it being Activision. But I actually bought Gran Turismo 5, and I don't want to get into it here, but Gran Turismo 5, it was underwhelming. Really, I mean, I remember buying that game purely out of curiosity a few days ago. It was just a few days ago. And I popped it in my PS3, and it's like, got a really clunky menu, and the graphics were nowhere near as good as the trailers I'd seen, and overall, I'd much rather play Forza 3, which I only bought to compare it to Gran Turismo 5, but looking back, I had a lot of fun with Forza 3, you know? So yeah. So while Gran Turismo 5 was still new, I decided to trade it in, and I got myself this, and I'm really, really liking it. You know, it's that type of remake that, obviously they couldn't, take every level and just make it better graphics, you know, because the actual game is owned by Rare. But it's a really faithful remake, you know, recreating scenes from the Rare game, and of course the film. I really like the film as well. I only watched the film because I loved the game so much, you know, on the N64. But it is really fun. Good first-person shooter. Amazing graphics, by the way. I remember reading that the Conduit 2 got delayed because of this game, and I remember getting pissed off about that because I was quite a big fan of the Conduit. But you know what? This Conduit 2 is gonna have a hard time competing with this actually, because this is really good. Definitely pleased with this. I've only played a few levels, but I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I'll ever get the chance in the next few days because of all the work I got to do, but we'll see. And last game for now is Epic Mickey. This actually just came yesterday. I've only played it for about a minute. You know, I just popped it in to see how it looked and all that. And from what I've heard, it's going to be a good sort of N64 era platformer with, you know, collecting, basic combat and whatnot. You know, real good kiddish charm to it. And that's music to my ears, you know, that really sounds like my type of game. So I'm definitely looking forward to giving this a playthrough. Right, and also when I ordered it, I got this Mickey Mouse t-shirt. It was just there in the package, you know, when I went to the post to get it. And I guess it was a pre-order bonus, but I don't remember really reading about it. But yeah, awesome. Right, so that's those games now. Now we're gonna cut ahead a few days, and I'll show you some more games. Right, yeah. A week has now passed since that, like, last bit of video that you just saw. And I know I said I'd have more games at this point, but I don't. And it's all the snow's fault. It's all the snow's fault. Allow me to explain. A good friend of mine actually bought me a couple games for my birthday. Persona 3 and 4 actually. I've always wanted to try those games. But I haven't actually been able to get to his house, nor has he been able to get over here, because we can't drive to each other's bit because of the snow. So yeah. Also, it's December 3rd right now, and today is the UK release date for Donkey Kong Country Returns, which I had pre-ordered. And we haven't had any post for the last 3 days, so of course it's not here yet. And yeah, I'm quite annoyed by that. So, I don't have any games to show you guys, alright. But one other thing I wanted to do, you know, in this little part here was talk about some games that I've played recently that I didn't actually pay for. Right, anyway. The first one, if you've been following me on Twitter, you'll know about this right away, is Phoenix Wright. Another friend of mine lent me his R4 card, you know, so I could play a bunch of DS ROMs there, and one of the things he just constantly kept telling me to play was, dude, play Phoenix Wright. The Phoenix Wright games are amazing. You gotta play Phoenix Wright. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm sure they're amazing, but I'm kind of playing something else new. I'll get to it later, okay? I promise, alright. I was a fool, because the second I started playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, I fell in love. Seriously, guys. It blows my mind how great that fucking game is. I'm so serious, and it also blows my mind that I'm actually sad that I can't recommend this game enough. I can't do it justice. Guys, go out and play these games, okay? It's on the fucking App Store. I actually downloaded it because I felt bad because Capcom wasn't getting any of my money. See, look. I bought it, okay? I did support Capcom. I did buy their fucking game, okay? But yeah, seriously, I played the first two. That's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and Phoenix Wright Justice for All, and I've got Trials and what's I can't even remember the name of it. But anyway, I've got the third game on here, but I haven't played it yet because I've still got a week of exams left, and then I'm free for Christmas holiday. And this is my reward. As soon as I finish my last exam, I'm going right onto this game. Mark my words. So yeah, seriously guys, I became a huge Phoenix Wright fan lately. I'm definitely going to buy the DS games, you know, the physical copies, once I've, probably after Christmas, when I get some Christmas money and all that, I'll buy all the games, you know, without a doubt. Trust me on that. Right, and the other series I got into lately was Shantae. Now, I first heard about Shantae. A friend sent me a link to the new game on DSiWare, and I was looking, it looks alright. And he said, yeah, it's from the makers of A Boy and His Blob. And that's what intrigued me about it. I was like, oh really? I'm going to have to keep my eye on that. You know, it's made by Way Forward Technologies. So yeah, about a month goes by, and then I finally actually see some proper gameplay of it. And sure enough, I'm looking at it, and it looks like the cool sort of simple, charming 2D platformer, just like A Boy and His Blob was, you know, that I'm usually into. So I'm like, yeah, this actually looks really good. So I stole my sister's DSi, and I tried to download it, but the game's not on the European DSiWare. That kind of annoyed me. I actually went to WayForward on Twitter, and they replied to me saying, we'll maybe try and get it on. Well, they didn't say that exactly, but they did reply to me. So apparently it is coming. Apparently Shantae 2 Risky's Revenge is the full title of it. Is coming to the European DSiWare, and I'm definitely going to download it. But after that, I actually downloaded a ROM for Shantae, just Shantae, the original Game Boy Color game. And sure enough, I'm fucking loving it. It's a really good 2D platformer, sort of nearly Metroidvania style sort of game. But yeah, I'm really liking it, and I really can't wait to get the game on a DSiWare. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Phoenix Wright and Shantae to there, guys. Yeah, sorry I don't have any more games. I will show all the games I mentioned before, you know, in my next collection update and all that. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, see you after, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.